TV. Nice.
So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another interview of the Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today I'm joined by the duo FYB, or it's a great name, Fuck Your Birthday. So, I'm here with the two members from the band, and we're here to talk about their new EP that came out, I think, last Friday. It's called BBQd. Uh, and they're based right now in China. First of all, good night to you guys because I know it's night over there. So, first of all, how are you tonight?
Doing good. Yeah, doing well. I'm very excited to be not on your couch, but in spirit on your couch.
Yeah,
Yes, no,
likewise.
I'm not on my couch because there's someone doing like the lawn outside and it's like real noisy
That's okay.
outside. So I'm like, yeah, no, it's too noisy. So I'll just put the logo. So for people that don't know the band, tell us, your name and what you do in the band.
My name's Chris. I play guitar and sing, and on the recordings, I also do the bass guitar as well.
My name is Roman. I'm the drummer, and yeah, just the drums.
Okay. So the name, when I first read the name, that's the first thing that struck me. What's the story behind this name?
Okay. Well, a long time ago, on back when Facebook was more relevant, I had a friend who had a birthday, and Facebook notified me of the birthday, and I just feeling funny, and I hit her with a "fuck your birthday" instead of a "happy birthday," and then didn't really think much of it after that. And then my birthday rolled around, and she remembered, hit me back with a "fuck your birthday," and then it was around that time that I thought this could make for like a good website or something, or like maybe it could be like like an anti greeting card website. And I pitched it to my drummer here, where we had already been working on a band together called Mustache of Love. So that was the original name of our project, Mustache of Love. And when I asked him about like maybe getting the domain name "Fuck Your Birthday," it just kind of became apparent that that should be the name of our project, of our band. So we changed it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
I think it sounds better that Mustache of Love.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mustache of Love. It sounds like you're gonna play like Mumford and Sons and that type of music.
That or it's a not safe for work website. One of the two.
You should.
So yeah, I just I saw the name and I'm like, yeah, there has to be like an interesting story to that. So the new EP Barbecued, it's basically free songs, but it's like a free song, like it follows there's a character and there's a story. So the character ends in jail in repeat offender, which great music video. Where did you
Thank
guys
you.
shot that music video?
In town on the way to our rehearsal room, I was just riding my e-bike, and I always noticed this set of garage doors that looked like they were empty. Turns out they're used for storage, but they just looked like perfectly dilapidated and symmetrical. And I was thinking of ideas for the music video to be somewhat repetition, like channeling some Michel Gondry ideas, and we want to keep it low budget. Then I thought, oh, these garage doors are kind of a nice repetitive pattern. What if we just, you know, bounced around from door to door with one camera angle, and that kind of built out from that. We got our buddy Alex that lives out here from the UK to do the video production, and it kind of just came together quite last minute. The idea and concept. We got our friend Keith from Scotland to do the police officer. So kind of just we had grand ideas of extra footage, and then it just got simpler and simpler. And what you see is the final video, just the one camera angle and a little bit of a chase scene, and kind of channeled some like film noir kind of vibes with the black and white contrast, the old school pinstripe suits and the police outfit. So
and more on that is the Chinese police actually rolled by and stopped seeing our outfits and asked us like what we are up to. And we're like, yeah, we're not really escaped convicts. We're just in a rock band.
Yeah, sounds nice.
But they were cool
so
about it. They
you
thought our
almost
clothes
got
were
arrested while doing the music video. That would have been like hilarious. Like, well,
Yeah,
they're
that would
already
have been a
arrested.
story we needed.
we like 10% almost got arrested. They just like stopped to say hello, more or less.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought it was weird that you guys were like in the pinstripes. But I don't think that's the dress code for jails now. I think that's very old school.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, they don't
It's
do
a
that
pure-
anymore. So yeah, the term barbecued, I was reading, it has something to do that you picked up over there in China, that there's like a saying. Explain a little bit about like what the saying means. I know like everyone knows, you do barbecue, but barbecue you're like cooked.
Right. So in China, there was a short form like meme video kind of thing going around where like when somebody had some misstep or mistake, kind of like the one we had in the West for a while, where the video pauses and it's like at that moment so and so knew he was fucked. It's kind of like that vibe, but it's like a singer with a lot of auto tune singing in Chinese, singing like "Wan la barbecue la," and it's just like, yeah, it just means you're fucked. And
Yeah.
we thought it was a funny play on the kind of character that might be at like a Southern style barbecue, and then playing on that concept of it just being like, oh, this guy is really fucked too, as he goes through his story arc on the EP.
Yes, yeah, it's a it's 3 songs. It's like I think the EP is like 12 or 13 minutes.
Yeah.
So you start with Moonshine with drinking, but my favorite one, I thought propane accessories was kind of funny. Like, and I was gonna ask you, did any of you like sell propane at some point? Like, because it's like very specific, like propane. Like, did someone sell propane in the past?
Not us, but a very famous man by the name of Hank Hill from King of the Hill, the cartoon, the Mike Judge
Oh
cartoon.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
the
I've
same
never
guy that
seen that
created.
cartoon.
Yeah. So it was just like a joking nod. At one point, Chris and I had an ongoing like joke where Chris would watch all these YouTube poop videos, and a bunch of them always had Hank Hill things, and we kind of had Hank Hill, Bobby jokes in band practice, and he just wrote this song that references propane and kind of spin off on a Hank Hill type character that's like macho and sells propane and questioning his sexuality and place in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you? I know a lot of the songs. There's always some humor in it because I was hearing old songs, and you have one called "Alrighty Then," which is obviously like a Jim Carrey
Right.
a Pet Detective reference. So it's. Do you always want to incorporate some humor in your music?
Yeah, I think so. I think it fits like the style of music that we want to play, which is like, it's loud and heavy, but it's also like not super serious. And sometimes we change tones and change directions, like on the drop of a dime, drop of a hat, change on a dime. But yeah, just it's fun to bring up some references and stuff, that inside jokes and things like that into the songs, and then use those as starting points to sort of discover something, like what we mentioned with propane, it being more of like a starting point, and then as we are writing the song and refining it, it started to become more apparent what we're trying to say with the song, or what we could say with the song.
Yeah, the story will build out after many jokes and laughing in the studio and figuring things out. Yeah. Plus, like, we're both like really into comedy. We're always joking around and making each other laugh in band practice and on tour, like two giggling idiots. You know what I mean?
Sometimes we have to hone it in. It's like
right.
We'll think like, oh, it would be funny to do on stage, and then
we look at each other.
That's always a wormhole of like, Oh, actually, we spent like 30 minutes practicing something that was going to be like a shtick on stage, but
Really
then in the end we realized like nobody's going to get that at all, especially in China.
What was gonna be the shtick?
Well, like
If you can
sometimes
say.
sometimes we'll fuck with people and we'll start playing "Smells Like Teen Spirit" the first few chords because everyone in China knows that song. So the crowd thinks we're
I
about to
think
cover
everyone in the
Nirvana.
world knows that song. Yeah.
Yeah, they're super cheering. They're all excited, and in the moment the song is gonna kick, we just start playing our last song. So we always tease people, but we'll have ideas that go much more elaborate than that, doing medleys or other references, and it's like they don't know this song. Like it's just a joke for us.
Yeah.
No one's gonna get it, you know. So that kind of stuff. The Nirvana one always works because it's so popular. We can get away with it. Other ideas, which is maybe like on tour in the States, we can get away with things like that with some fun.
I feel like some Metallica references that we did for fun went over people's head pretty hard.
Which
Sad But
one did
True.
you do?
Sad but true.
So the intro to Propane Accessories, I hope Lars is not listening to this, so he's going to sue me. But the intro to Propane Accessories is the snare drum. Right? It's that snare fill. And I do it twice in the song. So
Yeah, that's okay. I think we're safe. I don't think Lars is
think
gonna
so.
be watching. Yeah. So
we're past the
what's
nasty
it like?
days.
Yeah, what's it like playing in China? Like to the crowds there. What's the difference from there, like to crowds in the States?
I guess it's hit or miss. Just like the States, you might play a club in New York and there's 5 people. You might play a show and there's 40 people. So it depends on the size of the crowd. But one thing I do like about crowds in China, especially in the metal scene, is that they're quite interactive with headbanging. I've never seen it until I came to China, but you'll have people just like a whole row, 10, 15, 20 people, arm in arm in arm, headbanging together in unison. And it's like, it's real beautiful. And I've never seen it anywhere but here. Even at a festival, you'll see like a few hundred people doing that, you know, in a few rows.
Yeah, they've also got another thing that they do at the show sometimes, which is like what they call in Chinese "huoche," which means train, and they would just like grab each, like they do like basically a conga line, but like holding each other's shoulders and bouncing around, doing like a long train around the venue.
Yeah, like a heavy metal conga line.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre if you think about it too much, but it's fun.
It's a nice commitment to a live experience. And another thing that's my favorite is if there's a show that doesn't have enough people to crowd surf, they'll just like get 5 people to pick up a person and carry them around the venue. So it's like they're crowd surfing it the best they can. But again, it's like you would never see that at a show in the States. That would be, you know, it would just be weird. Like imagine asking like a room of 10 people, hey, pick me up, let me crowd surf. They'd all look at you like you're crazy, right? So in China, because they want to do that, and not every show has a big crowd, they'll put in these kinds of fun activities. And overall, the crowds are good. You have good response. You know, we've always had fun playing shows here. It's harder as a smaller band to have like larger attendance. Yeah. But when we've had the fortune of playing some smaller festivals, like our friends do a punk festival in South China in Guangzhou. And there was probably 300 people in the room. Yeah, we had people stage diving. You know, it was one of the coolest things we ever experienced.
Somebody got on stage and bounced the power strip and knocked my pedal supply off the pedal board. Totally derailed our song.
But it was cool though. But yeah, it was rock and roll, right?
But that's the kind of level of interaction that we probably have only experienced a couple times,
right?
As in performing live.
So like if the crowd size is good and the band is notable enough, the crowds here I guess are comparable.
They go ape
they
shit
love music.
Sometimes.
You know, there's a lot of fanatical people here for live shows. The festivals are really popular now. There's a very busy festival season across China right now. So
I asked because I really have no idea what it's like the rock or metal scene down in China. Here in Puerto Rico, the strangest thing I've seen in a mosh pit is some people started doing like push-ups. In a concert I went to, I'm like, why are they doing push-ups to a song?
We recently saw that somebody was doing sit-ups in a mosh pit at a festival in Shanghai that we played, and that was pretty interesting to see.
So see, well, I think that's even stranger doing sit-ups while watching the show. Yeah. So no, it's a cool thing. So I want to show the artwork for the EP, which is basically, I think you took a picture of the the video, right? Of the
Right, it's a screen cap from the video.
yeah, for the repeat offender. Yeah, the dresses are the costumes are hilarious. So yeah, like it's I think it just says it yourself. It's funny. The two are caught. Like, did you always know that this was gonna be like the EP cover?
No, that was a
No.
last minute decision. We had no idea what to do. Originally, the design of the EP cover was going to be an overhead photo of just an old school round barbecue grill with a burger. And we have a branding iron with our logo. We were just going to sear it on the burger, and that was going to be the picture. And then we didn't have time to shoot it. This just looked perfect. It kind of sold the whole vibe. And Keith's like grin, like this snarling face he has is just so perfect, So
he's a great actor.
yeah,
So
it worked out.
Oh yeah. The music video. I'll post the link for people to watch the music video. it's a short track, but it's a fun, like, do-it-yourself video. So yeah, it turned out great. So for you guys, like, when you were starting the band, like what type of sound did you imagine for Fuck Your Birthday?
I don't think we ever had I don't think we ever had that moment, at least for me. I met Chris by by chance. I can't even speak English. By chance, through an old friend that moved out west from New Jersey to Pennsylvania, and I became her roommate out there. And we met at a bar that first night I came out to see the house. And I was like, "Oh, you play guitar?" And he's like, "Oh, you play drums? Cool." And then we just jammed. So I don't think we ever really had a talk of like, what sound do you want? We just kind of started jamming, and it just clicked, So I think our influences just blended, and it worked out.
It's also maybe kind of one of the benefits of being a two-piece band and having started as just two guys making music, that like you that's actually the very first jam session we ever did. I was playing a bass guitar, and just whatever notes or whatever vibe I'm doing on the bass, he's just going along with me on the drums. So we didn't have to consult about what kind of vibe we were going to go for. It's just like, okay, I could try basically anything on the bass guitar, and then he's going to add his idea for the drums to it, and that's just going to be the sound it is.
Yeah, we'll just see what sticks and what doesn't. So
and and when we first started, we did kind of have the idea to be an instrumental band,
right?
Maybe in big part because I wasn't really comfortable singing and playing guitar yet. And then after kind of growing up a bit and figuring out how to play and sing at the same time, I quickly became more interested in doing songs where I would add my vocals to it.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's something that you have to be comfortable with the vocals, but I think, yeah, like a two-piece, like I think of bands like the White Stripes that made it like cool to have like a two-piece. Then you had 10 years ago like the Royal Blood. So yeah, it's something that it's cool. Two people, and for two people, you guys are really loud. So
yeah,
you don't need to have a lot of people to be loud. So what's next for the band? You released this EP. Are you working on newer music? Do you do some live shows here and there?
Yeah, so we do live shows here and there, not as much lately. We had the last show I guess we played was
May.
Yeah, in May. We played with in Hangzhou with the.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. In July we had a show.
Our last show was in July with an amazing three-piece out of Japan, Devils in Libido. Definitely worth checking out. So we got very lucky to get picked on to open up for one of their shows, and that was incredible. But we're a little laying low with shows now just to get things back in order.
We've got some plans coming up with we're going to release a session video that we filmed in Shanghai for Moonshine.
Yep.
And we've been brainstorming and writing up an idea for what we're going to film for Propane. We'd like to do videos for all three of these songs, and we've also got an entire new full-length album written and demoed out, and we're just in the process of making plans for where to record it and how we want to go about doing the production.
Yeah.
And then at some point working in some tours and stuff like that.
Yeah. So hopefully 2025 we'll see, you know, a completed version of the album in some sense, and then ideally we can be touring next year somewhere outside of China. That's kind of what we're putting out there and looking to put together. So then maybe not just the States. We want to also hit up other Asian countries. Vietnam, we have friends down there that have a good scene. We'd like to go to Thailand and Japan and things like that. So we'd like to put together just new places we haven't played before, and then hopefully also hit the States again. It's been a while. Since 2019, we haven't been back. So
yeah.
Yeah, no.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, it's cool. And the music, it's fun, it's energetic. I think of like rock, like grunge with punk mixed together. So it's pretty cool track. So I enjoyed it. So I would recommend it to people who like energetic rock music, and obviously with some humor in it. So I'm gonna post the link for people who want to stream or are there physical copies right now of the EP, or is it mostly like people can buy like digitally?
Yeah, just digitally at the moment.
Yeah, it's a digital release. In the future, when we go on tour, we'd like to bring physical copies. But at the moment, it's just a digital streaming and downloads.
We do have physical copies of our previous album, Touchless Automatic, available at Nefarious Industries, along with this other merch.
Yeah, so people can get your other album, but I'll post the link for the Bandcamp for people who want to, follow the band and buy it digitally, can do so. So I wanna thank both of you for, staying up, like chatting with me, even though with the difference in hours. So anything you like to say before we go to the people?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for thinking of us and having us on your show. It's really exciting, and we're grateful for that. I also was just thinking today that I was in Puerto Rico 20 years ago, almost to the month with my vacation, and I just started thinking, "Fuck, it's been so long. I really want to go back." So,
you said who? You were in Puerto Rico with who?
My mom. We took a trip 20 years ago. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, 20 years ago. So back in 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
a lot of things have changed.
I'm sure, yeah.
over here, but yeah. But I'm glad you had a good time. So yeah, thank you guys, for joining me from China to Puerto Rico here to talk some rock. So people, fuck your birthday. It's out now digitally, and they have other music. I'll post it, and I just love the name. I'm trying to think, how can I post this without getting demonetized? But I'm like I was gonna say the name of the who cares? Fuck your monetization. So
there you go.
yeah. So until next time, couchers. This is Hector, the Shield Dude on a couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch.
Thanks so much, guys.
Cheers.
Goodbye.
Take care.